The Gaza ceasefire hangs in the balance, with Vice President Vance's visit to Israel sparking both hope and controversy. But is this a turning point or a fragile peace? 1. A call for prayer and unity. Vance concludes his speech with a powerful plea, urging Christians to pray for peace. He plans to visit the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, a site of immense significance to Christians, where Jesus is believed to have been crucified. Vance emphasizes the title of Jesus as the Prince of Peace and asks Christians to pray for his intervention in this troubled region. Despite the challenges, he expresses optimism, attributing the progress to prayer, divine providence, and a capable team. 2. The U.S. as the sole mediator. Vance confirms that the U.S. is the only true mediator in this conflict. He reveals that Trump's envoys, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, are actively working on an international security force for Gaza. While there won't be American troops on the ground, the U.S. will provide coordination between various countries. This statement underscores the U.S.'s central role in the peace process, a position that might be controversial to some. 3. Uncertainty in Gaza's leadership. When asked about Gaza's future leadership, Vance admits he doesn't know, but he assures that a flexible governance structure is being established. He emphasizes the need for both Palestinians and Israelis to live in stability and security. The immediate focus is on food and medicine, with long-term governance concerns taking a back seat for now. 4. Reconstruction funds, a delicate balance. Jared Kushner clarifies that reconstruction funds will not be directed to areas. Instead, consideration is being given to areas under the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) control. Kushner refers to this as the New Gaza, a place where people can live and work. This distinction raises questions about the future of Hamas-controlled areas and the potential for further conflict. 5. Hamas disarmament, a delicate timeline. Vance is confident that Hamas will disarm as part of the 20-point peace plan, but he refuses to set a specific deadline. He reiterates Trump's warning that Hamas will be obliterated if they don't comply. The establishment of an international security force is seen as a crucial step towards ensuring Gaza's safety and stability. 6. Recovering hostage remains, a complex task. Vance acknowledges the importance of returning the remains of Israeli hostages to their families for proper burial. However, he stresses that this process will be challenging and time-consuming. Some hostages are buried under massive amounts of rubble, while others' locations are unknown. Vance assures that the recovery efforts will continue, but patience is required. 7. A critical moment for the peace deal. Vice President Vance's visit comes at a pivotal moment in the peace process. Phase 1 has seen the return of 33 Israeli hostages and the release of over 2,000 Palestinian prisoners, or their remains. However, the next phase presents complex challenges, requiring both Israel and Hamas to relinquish control over Gaza while maintaining their power. 8. Ceasefire stability, a delicate balance. Vance expresses optimism about the ceasefire's stability, citing the past week's progress. He acknowledges that there will be difficult moments requiring mediation and supervision. While he can't guarantee success with 100% certainty, he emphasizes that progress is made by trying, not by only doing what's certain. 9. Turkey's role, a constructive contribution. Vance believes Turkey has a constructive role to play in the deal, whether financially, in construction, or communication. This statement comes despite past accusations of Turkey supporting Hamas. It highlights the importance of international cooperation in the peace process. 10. Hope for a better Gaza. Jared Kushner expresses optimism about the potential for positive change in Gaza. He points to the flags of participating countries, including the UK, Canada, and Germany, emphasizing the global effort. Kushner believes that a great outcome is possible if everyone works together. But this statement raises questions about the role of Hamas and the potential for future conflict. 11. UN-Israel coordination, a delicate balance. Kushner highlights the strong coordination between the UN and Israel in delivering aid to Gaza. He emphasizes the importance of ensuring aid reaches the right people and doesn't fall into the wrong hands. This coordination is crucial for maintaining stability and preventing tensions from escalating. 12. Meeting hostages and families, a powerful moment. Witkoff shares an emotional moment as he and Kushner met with Israeli hostages and their families. He describes seeing strong individuals who have endured difficult circumstances, not victims. This encounter underscores the human impact of the conflict and the importance of the peace process. 13. The Civilian Military Cooperation Center, a versatile tool. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff reveals that the Civilian Military Cooperation Center, CMCC, will be used in other conflicts, not just Gaza. This center is crucial for implementing the ceasefire and transitioning from war to peace, demonstrating its adaptability and significance in various conflict zones. 14. Media's attitude, a desire for failure. Vance criticizes the American and Western media for what he calls a weird attitude towards the ceasefire. He suggests that there's a desire to root for failure, with a tendency to declare the ceasefire over at the first sign of trouble. This perspective raises questions about media bias and its impact on public perception. 15. Rebuilding Gaza, a massive undertaking. Vance announces the opening of the Civilian Military Cooperation Center to begin the daunting task of rebuilding Gaza. The level of destruction is staggering, with up to 92% of certain areas in ruins. Clearing the rubble alone will be a massive challenge, and the process of reconstruction must begin with removing the remnants of war. 16. Vice President's Address, a turning point. As Vice President Vance prepares to speak, the world watches with anticipation. His address will set the tone for the future of the Gaza Ceasefire Agreement. Will it be a turning point towards lasting peace, or will it be another fragile moment in a long-standing conflict? 17. The scale of reconstruction, a daunting challenge. The task of rebuilding Gaza is immense. Thousands of Gazans return to find their homes in ruins, with destruction reaching up to 84% in some areas. BBC Verify assessments suggest over 60 million tons of debris await clearance. This daunting challenge requires international cooperation and a long-term commitment to ensure a better future for Gaza. 18. Weekend violence, a test for the ceasefire. The ceasefire was shaken by violence over the weekend, with concerns about its collapse. Israel accused Hamas of an attack that killed 2 soldiers, leading to Israeli airstrikes and the deaths of dozens of Palestinians. Hamas denied the attack, and both sides reaffirmed their commitment to the ceasefire. This incident highlights the fragility of the peace and the challenges ahead. 19. The ceasefire so far, a delicate balance. The Gaza ceasefire, which came into force 12 days ago, has seen significant progress. Israeli hostages have been returned and Palestinian prisoners released. Hamas has handed over some remains, but many are still missing. Israel partially withdrew its military, and humanitarian aid entered Gaza. However, the recent violence underscores the need for continued vigilance and diplomacy. 20. Vance's mission, a delicate diplomatic dance. Vice President Vance's visit to Israel is a critical step in strengthening the ceasefire agreement. He is expected to push for negotiations on long-term issues with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Other U.S. officials, including Witkoff and Kushner, have also been in Israel, emphasizing the importance of this diplomatic mission. The recent accusations of ceasefire violations by both sides highlight the delicate nature of this peace process. What do you think about the Gaza ceasefire and Vance's visit? Is this a turning point towards lasting peace, or are there deeper issues that need to be addressed? Share your thoughts and join the conversation in the comments below.